So it looks like Blac Chyna wasn't playing around when she pledged to expose the Kardashians, because she has been exposing some major Kardashian secrets. And now she just exposed Kris Jenner for allowing Tyga to prepare Kylie out when Kylie was only 15. Chyna is revealing just how Kris colluded to have Kylie date Tyga when she was just a sprat, and how Kris also abused Kylie out to multiple men in Hollywood. Chyna said a lot, so let's unload this messy drama. Now, we've always known that there is commodity off with the Kardashian family and how hung up they're with fame, but with the recent exposures about them, it looks like effects are indeed worse than we allowed. And if there's one person who knows the Kardashians, it's Blac Chyna. Well, Chyna is now out then revealing how far the Kardashians are willing to go for some fame. And girl, it looks like they're willing to go relatively far indeed, because Chyna just exposed Kris Jenner for conniving to have Kylie Jenner date several rappers for leverage and fame. And girl, it looks like they're willing to go relatively far indeed, because Chyna just exposed Kris Jenner for conniving to have Kylie Jenner date several rappers for leverage and fame. And as if that is not messy enough, Kylie was also a minor when Kris allegedly started doing this. And all these rappers were in their medial to late 20s. Knowing Kris, it should not be surprising that she'd do commodity like this. I mean, Ray J has come out so numerous times to expose Kris for being the architect behind his private tape recording with Kim. He claims that not only did Kris plan for the videotape to be blurted, but she also made them shoot 3 different vids and watched every single second of the videotapes to pick out the bones. She liked stylish. Crazy. So if Kris is willing to pander out Kim like that, also, it should not be surprising that she'd do it again to Kylie. Ever wonder why Kim and Kylie are Kris pets and they're way richer than everybody differently in the family? Well, according to Chyna, it's because they got the Kris special package. And in Kylie's case, it started when she was 15. No, scrape that. Technically, it started when she was only 14 because that is when she met rapper Tyga for the first time. They met at her family, Kendall's sweet 16 birthday party, and they started talking not long after that. To be fair, there was nothing going on between them at first, but Kris snappily did the Kris Jenner thing and realized that it would be great intimately for Kylie to date Tyga, and it would help boost her social rep. From this was a smart move, but there was just one problem. Kylie was only 15 or 16 when effects got serious. And it was a non-fictional crime for her to date Tyga since he was well into his 20s at the time, and formerly a father to a sprat. Anyways, Tyga started to make further and further appearances on Kylie's social media. Now Tyga was engaged to Blac Chyna at the time and they had a son together. The meddled up part about this is that Chyna and Kylie's family Kim used to be BFFs. So not only was Kris conniving to have Kylie hooked up with a way-aged man, but that man happened to be her family's friend's fiancé and baby daddy. Well, Tyga ended up breaking off his engagement to Chyna. And indeed, though he could not fairly go public with Kylie, everybody knew that they were together, especially since the Kardashians each turned on Chyna. Indeed, Kim. Still, Tyga kept denying the relationship, saying, "Do not believe the rumors. Be musketeers with the family ever. We are each just musketeers." Kris also denied the relationship, saying, "Kylie is not dating anybody. This whole little group of kiddies who have been around ever, and I call them kiddies, because fairly speaking, they kind of all trip as a pack and they enjoy each other's company. We all live in the same neighborhood. Tyga used to live across the road for a long time, and now he lives coming door to Chloe. But it was egregious that they were lying because they let Kylie bring Tyga on a trip when she was just 17. And he made this comment about her body. I see a jiggling. Really? Yeah, I am a jiggling. That was super unhappy. And notoriety should have checked Tyga right there. And also, but hey, he was her swain and they were each on board with the weird relationship. So nothing said anything. And the closer she got to her 18th birthday, the bolder she and Tyga got with their relationship. She was only 17 when he posted this picture of her and wrote, "Your beauty no way goes unnoticed, one of the stylish dopest persons in my life." He indeed got a tattoo of her name, but still they tried to claim that they were just musketeers. Yeah, right. Well, she ultimately turned 18, and many weeks after that, she appeared in the music videotape for his song Stimulated, which was easily about her. He said, "They say, she youthful, I should have awaited. she a big girl canine when she's stimulated. I do not know about you, but I just find this veritably creepy. But Kris wasn't the only one in support of the creepy relationship, because Kylie's sisters were also in support.
Close friend right now.
Yes.
Tyga and Kylie. What do you think about that? Do you think Kylie's too young for him?
She's
Kylie's
17.
Bash's age.
The law thinks that she's too young for
She's
him.
a baby. She needs to go to bed at 7 o'clock and
Damn.
relax.
Who wants a
Yeah.
girlfriend that you got to make sure what her calcium intake is?
Nah, I'm over that. That's ridiculous. He should be ashamed of himself. That's how I feel. For sure.
Well, Khloe jumped to defend Kylie, saying, I was a stripper since I was 15 times old. Amber Rose told Fox, please do not worry about my family, who has a career, and her ish together at only 17. People who live in glass houses should not throw monuments. Please stop talking about us in interviews, Mao. None of us talk about you. Well, the relationship with Tyga ended after a while, and he went on Nicki Minaj's Queen Radio to reveal that Kris had actually forced Kylie on him because she wanted Kylie to be associated with black people. And it was a lot of cannons being tutored. It was like, you can do this. You should start this. You should start doing your hair like this. Whack, you should acclimatize. Beget you need black people to fuck with you because you need culture. However, you ain't got nothing. If you ain't got black people behind you, ain't nothing gone knee here. You cannot impact nothing. So I had a lot to do with all that. You know what I'm saying? Which that was seriously meddled up. But it was not the last time that Kris did commodity like that, because when Kylie and Tyga broke up, Kris wasted no time in setting Kylie up with another successful black rapper, Travis Scott. Kylie and Travis met only about a week after her bifurcation with Tyga, and they started dating nearly incontinently. In fact, Kylie decided to go on stint with him after only a many days of their meeting. Speaking to GQ, she said, Coachella was one of the stops on his stint. So he said, I am going back on stint. What do we want to do about this? Because we obviously liked each other. And I was like, I guess I am going with you. I really jumped on the machine. And also we rode off into the evening. I did the whole stint with him. Kylie ended up getting pregnant with Stormi after only knowing Travis for 3 weeks. Stormi is the cutest little thing ever. But Chyna is now claiming that Kylie got pregnant on purpose to ensure that she'd have a tie to the black community ever. This also kind of explains why Kylie and Travis broke up after having Stormi, and they got back together long enough to have their son, Heir. And now that she's securely tied into the black community, she's now dating a white man, Timothy Chalamet. Coexistence? I do not suppose so. Well, Chyna is now coming out bravely to expose Kris for working Kylie, and she revealed that Kris had twisted Tyga's mind. So he started abhorring her to the point where he threw her out of his house.
You really...
No, it was actually when Tyga's friends had threw me outside of his house. Yeah. They
What?
packed my stuff up and put it in his truck at the time. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. And I never used to talk about these things, but I'm like, you know what? I think I'm kind of done with all that. And I feel like people need to hear my side.
What
it's
you've been through.
Yeah, it's been years.
But Chyna had a lot of tea to slip, claiming that Kris had pushed a narrative about Chyna to make her look bad in the media and the eyes of the public. She also claimed that every single bone of the Kardashians was completely in support of Kylie and Tyga's illegal relationship.
And I never really talked about this until today. Me and Kim, we were really good friends. I was on her show and all this stuff like that. We lived in the same community. And then her little sister started, talking to Tyga, which was kind of crazy because she was underage. And everybody had kind of came at me and started attacking me. And it's nobody's seeing the betrayal that was going on behind my back of me talking to somebody, Kim, and then her little sister, which she has no control over, you know what I mean, started talking to my fiance, and then I get attacked. And it's how does that work? But yeah, that was kind of crazy.
Charles, so not only did Kris help her underage son steal someone's man, but she also turned the media against her. Who child the devil works hard, but Kris Jenner surely works harder. And this is how people replied to these new exposures. I suppose Kris forced Kylie to date Tyga. Kylie is innocent. Kris is to condemn. Kris is a horrible mama who she told her children to date aged guys because of their fame. Of course, I believe Kris did that. After all, Kris vended her first son's tape recording. Monster Mama is plutocrat empty. He did not just prepare her, He told her to change her entire body in a serious way, impacting a whole earth of women to get surgery. And I flash back when all this started passing, everybody suddenly knew who Blac Chyna was ahead all of this broke out. I believe the Kardashians begrudge Blac Chyna and saw her as a trouble. I wouldn't put it once, Kris, if she offered Kylie to Tyga, and they made a deal. And also, suddenly Kris starts feeding all these effects to Kylie about what she should do. It all seems really minatory. This is some really crooked stuff. But what do you guys suppose? Do you suppose that Kylie is innocent, or do you suppose that she was a willing party? Drop your studies in the commentary. Also, check out this coming videotape.